Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Table. I'm Dre.
And I'm Jay.
And I'm Derek the Jedi.
And I'm Bob.
And
I'm Dusty.
So we got Dusty riding with us today on the Smoking Table, and we're gonna do a all stoner show. Basically, we're gonna do weed news because weed news is first and foremost. We always have to do weed news. But we're also going to do some more marijuana life hacks for you guys, and these are ones that we picked up from Normal. We are also going to do... we're also going to explain the...
We're going to explain the 3 milestones you have as a stoner in your life.
Yep, which include the first time you try, the first time you buy, and the first time that not a day goes by. Which basically means, the first time that you tried marijuana, the first time that you bought it for yourself and actually invested in it. Which includes the first time that you bought marijuana, and the first time you invested your own money into it, and the point where you actually grew to love it to the point of being a daily smoker. So... after which, we also have a interview today where Dre's going to interview...
We're going to interview the son of Hayden Christensen that's summoned by Derek the Jedi using his Jedi powers.
Yeah, guys.
Because we don't have money for people.
Xavier,
yes. Xavier Christensen. Hayden Christensen?
Yeah.
Right? Xavier Christensen.
Xavier Christensen.
There
That's my
you
dad, man.
I don't even know who Christensen is.
Because you didn't watch Star Wars. I gotta put this in this episode. You never seen Star Wars.
I've never seen more than 5 minutes of any.
Not even the one with Samuel L. Jackson in it?
Yeah.
How does Samuel L. Jackson not make you want to
Especially
see
none of
Star
the new
Wars?
ones. I've seen like 5 minutes of the older ones.
It's like the worst one with Samuel L. Jackson.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
but
the worst one.
it's all Jar Jar's fault. Everybody knows it.
Jar Jar sucks. Jar Jar Binks is the worst thing that's ever come out of anyone's mind ever.
I like R2D2.
But yeah, everyone likes R2D2, man. He's a pimp.
And C-3PO.
Yeah. C-3PO in a way is like his pimp assistant, or because everyone knows R2D2 is getting.
Wait, which one's the trash can and which one's
R2D2 was the trash can.
Alright.
And C-3PO was the mannequin that could walk.
C-3PO's the bitch.
Yeah, he's definitely the bitch. R2D2 had that shit locked down.
C-3PO strikes me as a gay nerd.
I would pawn the shit out of 3C.
So, in a heartbeat.
For 300 space credits.
300 space credits?
Yeah.
Dude, I know there's a tattoo shop on pawn shop on Tatooine. I'd pawn the shit.
Tatooine has the best tattoo shops in the universe.
Oh, Jesus. R2D2 tattoos on the side.
Most of Far has the most steam rooms.
That's amazing.
What?
Most of Far has the most steam rooms.
You need to watch Star Wars, man.
Anybody who's seen episode 1 once has seen it enough. Anybody who hasn't seen it, everybody who's seen it tries to keep them from
I
seeing
just
Don't watch it.
I just watched it for the lightsaber fight.
Return of the Jedi. Shit.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi was a shit, but that was...
Is that one of the old
That's
ones?
like episode 4.
That's episode 4, though.
That's episode 4.
It's the first movie, but
Yeah, we're
episode
talking about
4.
episode 1, the one with Anakin as a child.
Yeah.
That was horrible. Like, who the fuck... The whole movie's about pod racing, and no one gave a shit about pod racing. And then Jar Jar Binks was stupid. There was no cool Jedi shit. I mean, Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, Liam Neeson being in it was the only cool part of the fucking movie.
I only like the lightsaber
I feel like
fight.
you just went into chapter 13 of quantum physics or some shit because you just rambled off a bunch of stuff.
Fun fact, Darth Maul was the guy who played Toad in the X-Men movie.
What?
Yeah.
See, I don't like
Yeah,
comics
Ray
either.
Park.
Oh, shit.
I met him at FX. He's a dick. I was like, dude, you haven't even done anything.
Shout out to Ray Park, you're a dick.
You are a dick. I mean, Toad, you were alive for half the movie, and then Darth Maul, you didn't even fucking talk. And then you died.
The lightsaber was
He didn't
badass.
talk?
The lightsaber is bad. I said,
Darth
no,
Maul's
Darth Maul
lightsaber
didn't
was
talk.
fucking
Did he
badass.
talk? I
I
don't
don't
remember him
Using
talking.
B-roll.
Alright, so,
Weed
news.
Weed news.
Alright, in weed news today, we got a couple of different people around the state of Florida that are putting in their pre-filed has sent in House bills in order to go for the new Senate session this year. They're all across the board, basically from expanding medical marijuana to legalizing for recreational use. Basically, there's actually one being filed for recreational use that is trying to remove cannabis from the Florida Constitution as a controlled substance altogether. There's also apparently one that's being filed that we want to get into because this one is the most important to pro-marijuana activists out there. And this is one that is, what they're basically doing is, without the science to back it, already trying to set a marijuana level for DUI regulations. And the level that they're setting or that they're proposing is 5 nanograms per milliliter, which, I mean, if you know from many of the states that have legalized, I mean, the lowest is around 8 or 9. So, I mean, this is not scientifically backed at all, and it's just, I mean, that at that low of a level, somebody could easily have smoked, you know, a couple of hours, even a day or so ago, and still hit that level depending on your level of cannabis use.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't prove that you're actually driving impaired. It just proves that you've ingested marijuana or marijuana is in your system, and they can't really tell like how long it's been in your system, when you last used, or anything like that. They just see that there's THC in your system. So, like, scientifically, it's been proven that THC can stay in your system for like almost up to 24 days after ingestion. That's not really. Yeah, that's my phone.
And yeah, I mean, the fact that, I mean, if you're going to set a level, at least make it scientifically based. Don't, you know, create a law completely ignorant of the science that's out there.
No, I've seen in Colorado they're working on breathalyzers that can actually tell up to within a 15-minute period when you last ingested or smoked marijuana. So I think they're actually trying to get that out to the police force to use to determine whether or not you're actually driving under the influence.
I don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean,
no, and I
it's
think
bad.
I think both regulate the initiatives for regulate and normal are protesting it. I don't think they're going to allow it to pass.
Yeah.
Without a fight, anyways.
It's crazy though that they're trying to make laws for something that's not even legal yet. So like,
Right.
already trying to prohibit us from doing certain things or being a certain way before we even have the right to do it.
So do you think if they pre-file these movements that it'll cause a slower flow of actually getting the other bills that we're trying to get passed? Like, do they have to look at pre-filed things before they can pass new things?
Well, yeah. What they basically do is when you pre-file something, it's basically to get it out there and get it to, because I mean it goes in order of succession. So I mean, if you pre-file something before the Congress is, the Florida Congress is actually in session, it increases the likelihood that it'll, you know, go through the system within this session, unless it's something that politicians like purposely kick the can on.
But would laws like this cause you to have to rewrite certain parts of your bills or like make you go back to the beginning of your bill?
Not necessarily, because there was never a DUI level set for marijuana, I don't think, to begin with.
Oh, okay.
As far as the Florida state laws and constitution goes.
So, like, for alcohol, the DUI level is like 0.08?
Correct.
So they're going to have to be able to determine what level your cannabis exposure is at that given time in order to prosecute you for anything, right?
Correct. And I mean, I don't know how they, and that's the other thing that I wonder about is like, how exactly are they planning to pull that off? Because I mean, you can't do, I mean, the breathalyzer still is in the works. It hasn't necessarily gotten to where it needs to be yet.
Yeah, it's still in testing.
But I mean, you can't basically give somebody a roadside blood test.
Yeah, how do you do a field sobriety test for weed?
You can't really.
You dangle a bag of Doritos in front of them?
See if they go after it.
And I mean, you can't just.
I'm
haul
fat
people
and
to
I smoke
jail
weed. I'm
on
going to go after the
suspicion.
Doritos either way. You can't
Have their
take me
Cool
to-
Ranch though.
But shit, everyone's better.
What? Alright. Oh no, because I saw this video the other day, and it was 4 guys drinking. They all kept taking breathalyzers, and each one of them hit .08 at different levels. Like one was shit faced, and one thought
Right,
he
it
was
has to
perfectly
do with
fine.
It has a lot to do with your body type and your.
What'd you say? Your tolerance.
There you go.
Your tolerance.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I smoke daily, like every single day. You don't smoke every single day, do you? Not really.
I'm like a every other day.
So like, I'm just saying that
Down
like
issue.
him smoking the same amount as me. If I took like a test to depict how high I was, you would probably be at a higher level than I am because by smoking the same amount, you know.
Yeah.
So like we could smoke one bowl and you would probably be higher than I am because you don't smoke as much, or by anybody like that. Know what you're voting for. Just don't sign a piece of paper that some guy gives you at a pool hall.
Yeah, because the opposition is going to have people out there that look just like you and me. Like, they're going to send people out in plain clothes getting petitions signed to not do what we want to do. So,
Exactly.
pay attention to what you're signing.
I was drunk at a pool hall with like 4 other people, and they didn't even read the paper. They just said, "Hey, here's for marijuana," and they're like, "Oh, okay, huh?" And they
Just
signed
sign
it.
Yeah.
They didn't even read what it was.
No, I did the same thing when I went to pay the registration on my car up here.
Yeah.
These people were standing outside. They were like, "This is to put marijuana on the ballot." Okay.
Yeah. You just sign stuff,
You
man.
didn't read it, just signed it.
No, they're trying to.
And that's why we lost by fucking 1.5 or 2%.
I signed 2. One was for marine biology, something or other.
What happens if
You just sign any paper.
the fucking dolphins need weed too, man?
Of course they do. They're blowouts on the
Dolphins are like humans. Oh my god, they're their own bong.
So everybody's lining up to try to get their different bills in to basically change the face of marijuana before it's even legal at this point. And I mean, it's still getting down to the point where they're doing the least amount of work possible. It's like they want to go with the smallest agreement that they can obtain. And I mean, even down to, I mean, one of the bills that are set to be put forth is about allowing a higher THC level, but only non-smokable marijuana. So it's just them kicking the can until we do something to actually make it happen. So feel free to look them up in your own spare time. Once we get more information about them, we will definitely bring that to you.
I don't want to eat my weed.
I don't either. That sucks. I hate eating weed. I think it's horrible. All I like to do is smoke weed normally. I don't like any of this fancy new age shit.
I never eat weed.
Eating weed, any of that shit.
Never.
No.
I like to roll my weed or put it into a bowl and smoke it.
But we got really good positive response last time about the marijuana life hacks, so we want to bring them back for you. But this time we actually borrowed from Normal's webpage. So, I mean, you can go on to their webpage, which we'll put on our site, to see all of them. But we're going to go ahead and go through some of the ones that we like. All right. The first one we're going to do is, and we're going to put a picture of this on our site as well, is basically for minimizing spillage when filling your bowl. They suggest putting a CD over your bowl and using that in order to fill your bowl. This, I mean, for anybody in my position with like fat fingers and stuff like that, I think would actually be a pretty helpful idea. We tried it, and we'll post pictures up on the blog and the Tumblr and the Facebook.
All right, so this next one is magic. If you don't have a grinder, you can take a penny, clean it with peroxide or rubbing alcohol, and put the penny and the weed inside like a small pill bottle or jar and shake it vigorously, and then the penny somehow grinds up the weed, and you'll be left with like keef. So It's awesome. I have to try that. I didn't try it.
Well, no, it grinds up your weed and also leaves you the keef.
Oh, will leave you keep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I just don't understand.
I'm pretty sure it's just a penny bouncing around in the pill.
So could I
bottle.
use a dime? Does it have to be a penny?
I mean, you're going out there in left field. I don't know.
I don't know.
It specifically said penny.
I would
so
think
I
a
don't think
penny would probably be
Yeah,
better.
I'm pretty sure anything-
penny's heavier than a
anything
dime,
heavy.
but it's not that big so that it takes up way too much space in
That's
it.
probably why. Or
Yeah.
Nick,
I would use a
like-
marble.
Finding a good playlist online will help to keep your high level and enjoyable. If you're not watching TV, music is the next best thing. Sometimes even better. Slacker, radio is a great place to listen to music. I really
When
like
the music hits you, you feel no pain.
Look at that. Bob Marley quotes from Bob.
Ironic.
I like music. I like slacker.
I like
though.
playing my guitar high. That's amazing.
I like trying to play guitar high. That's fun too. Because I can just do the same strum. Do, do, do.
I always have my playlist. I mean, I force my playlist on you guys when you come over to do this.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
This one I'm excited about because I'm actually a vintage video gamer and I actually still own my GameCube. It says that you can, and I mean, we're gonna put a picture on this on the various websites as well because we actually tried this and it works amazingly. But the little space in between the controller you can use to sit your various bowls and
Bong pieces.
bong
stems.
pieces in order to hold them steady while you feel them.
Yeah, it's a space right between the directional pad and the right analog. It
AKA
fits quite nicely.
C-pad.
So we will have pictures of that up as well. I mean, we need to create some sort of, or we need to find a medium to where people can send us their life hacks, their stoner life hacks, because I like life hacks. So keeping with the marijuana theme, our third segment, we're basically going to talk about the 3 different milestones of being a stoner. At least as told by us. The first milestone is always, of course, when you first tried. Second milestone that we have is the first time that you buy. The first time that you actually put your hard-earned money into buying your own instead of always
It could be your
skimping
grandfather.
off your friends.
I bought weed from my grandfather.
Yeah, but it's your money going to the drug dealer.
Yeah.
No matter how it gets there, butthole, hand to hand,
Bad drug dealer, I got your money.
that drug dealer got your money. Or dispensary now that it's legal in some places.
And the third milestone is what we call not a day goes by, or basically the point where you become and it doesn't even have to be a daily stoner, but a daily / routine stoner.
Consumer.
Once you're consuming on a routine basis, whether it be daily or at night when you get off work as a nightcap or on the
Weekend
weekends, yeah. That point where it becomes a routine, where it becomes a part of your life.
As soon as Friday night comes, I'm high as fuck. Sunday night, I'm good. I'm going to
Wait,
sleep.
so I don't have to smoke every single day to reach the third one?
No,
No.
Oh, okay. So cool. Yeah, I got it. I got a thing going on.
it's just to the point where it's routine, where it's a part of your life
I
in
was just down there.
some way, shape, form, and balance.
I smoke a lot of weed.
Okay, so in episode 10, we actually went ahead and talked about the first time that we all tried. So we're going to skip that part and basically go around the table and explain the other 2 parts of the milestones when we all first invested our own money into it and when we all, our individual routines. The first time I actually bought was... Wow, I was still living in South Florida at the time. I mean, that was probably... It wasn't up until, like, college, though. It was definitely college. Because, I mean, in high school, it wasn't a big enough factor in my life to where I actually spent money on it. I wasn't getting high from it like that.
Oh, yeah. You didn't get high for like the first 3 years of smoking.
So, I mean, in college was definitely the first time that I actually bought. And, I mean, it was... I mean, it's college. I mean, it's like buying a loaf of bread in college. So there's no real miraculous story to the first time that I bought. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass it on.
The first time I bought, I was working at Sam's Club, and my brother was like, "Hey, you want to buy some, weed?" And I was like, "Yeah, I get paid tomorrow. Sure." So.
Want to buy some weed?
Buy some drugs.
Yes, I do.
How old were you?
So I was 18.
18.
Yeah. And yeah, so my brother was like, "Yeah, you just give me the money, I'll go to my friend." And I was like, "Okay." So
that was the first time you bought weed?
That
Yeah.
was convenient.
It wasn't.
very
It
convenient.
wasn't sketchy. No sketchy handoffs behind Target or anything like that.
no back alleyways or anything,
There's no alleys in Florida.
There is. You got to go to St. Pete though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the first time I bought weed, I was a junior in high school, and a friend of mine. We had partied all weekend on an island, and everybody was out, so I decided to buy some. Never knew anybody that sold it. It was always just around, and we did it. And back then it was pagers, so I paged the guy that I knew that sold it. He called me back and said, "I'll leave it in my mailbox. Just swing by and pick it up and leave the money in the mailbox." So me and a friend drove over to his house. I opened the mailbox, and the bag was skimpy as fuck. Like, I asked for a quarter, and it was maybe more than a dime. So I left him $10 and wrote on the $10 bill, "skimpy," in big black letters all across the $10 bill, and left it. And that was the first time I bought weed. I got shafted.
I like dime bags. I miss.
But that's all I had. I missed dime bags too.
Dime bag was shit.
It was good weed. It was
What's
alright.
it? Wait.
A dime bag is $10 worth of weed. Nick bag is $5. Went over this last week too.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Oh, first time. Mine's very boring. The first time I bought weed, I bought it from my aunt. Because she sold weed.
You bought it from her?
From her, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it weird buying weed from your mom's sister?
No, because like she was living with us, and I was like, "Hey, I need to use your car real quick to go to the store." And she was like, "All right, cool." So she gave me her keys, and I got in her car. I'm like, "It smells like weed in here." And when I went back, and I was like, "Hey, your car smells like weed," and she goes, "I know, I was smoking weed." I'm like, "Oh, you have weed?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I want some weed." And she's like, "You can buy it from me." And I'm like, "You sell weed?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "All right, cool." So I bought weed from her, and then I became like her drug mule, and I would stand outside of the mall. And be like that guy who would be like there standing outside the mall with a backpack. I had no weed on me, but I'd be the one with the backpack standing outside. People would come up and they would tell me they want weed. I'd tell them to go around the movie theater to the guy who actually had the weed, but I'd be in the front where everybody was. And I'd always get like questioned by cops. They go through my backpack. I'm like, "I don't have any weed. I'm just standing in front of a movie theater, man." So then my weed just became free because she just gave me weed for standing in front of a movie theater.
That works.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
It was fun.
scary.
Nah, because I had nothing on me. I was
Yeah,
standing in
well,
front of a movie theater with a backpack on.
Still, the cops coming up to you like, "Hey."
It's like way worse than a drunk uncle.
What's the next milestone?
The next milestone that would be basically is the not a day goes by, or basically what your routine is once you've gotten into your personal smoking habits.
Maybe the milestone is actually creating a routine.
Yeah,
It
there
is.
you go. It's creating
It
a
is,
routine.
basically. I mean,
Not that you have to smoke every day, but
No,
that
it's
you do have a routine.
yeah, it's the point where marijuana becomes a part of your life.
Where you schedule things around your marijuana usage.
Every day at 4:20, I gotta stop whatever
No.
the fuck I'm doing,
No.
and I have to smoke. I don't give a shit where I'm at. I'm leaving that place.
All right, Doug Benson.
Yeah.
Shout out to Doug Benson at Doug Benson on Twitter. Answer my fucking tweet.
My routine. I mean, I'm obviously at this point a daily smoker, but I mean, it's the reason why is one that I think doesn't get enough attention. Like, I mean, a lot of people, when it comes down to the medical cannabis, solely focus on, physical symptoms. And I think that one of the biggest underminings in using cannabis as a medicine is that a lot of people use it for mental issues, for mental stability, for a stress reliever, for anxiety, for depression, for
sleeping.
Yeah. So I mean,
eating disorder.
That's basically the reason why I do and why I do on a daily basis, because I mean, mentally it does keep me stable. Yeah, it keeps me stable. I mean,
balances you up.
And it's something that I don't have to worry about, the side effects. I don't have to worry about what happens when I don't need or you want to use, marijuana anymore. I don't have to worry about withdrawal symptoms and, taking narcotics or opiates or some other type of, medication on a daily basis.
Popping baby aspirin
that causes all types of other issues. I've fought it my whole life. I don't want to be one of those people who take a daily pill for something. Because, I mean, once the pharmaceutical companies have you, they have you for life, man.
Straight to the point. I smoke every day.
Smoke weed every
I
day.
try to smoke every 4 to 6 hours. Like, I leave work to come home to smoke a bowl just to go back to work.
That's awesome.
Like,
I can't smoke during work.
I have to.
I have to focus on
Without
too
a
many
doubt,
things.
I have to smoke. If I don't smoke, I suck at my job. I'm horrible.
That's it right there.
What about you, Derek? What about your schedule?
I finally got on a routine when I started working with Dre. Because before it was just my brother buying it. So now I have like a person I work with who's also my friend. Every we get paid on the same day. So
I buy weed and he jumps on board with it.
That's basically it. Like,
so you're a weekend smoker?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because he buys it Friday, smokes it in the weekend. Good to go.
I'm like, weed to me is like, I guess what popping a beer after work is to alcoholics. Because like, it just calms me down and gets rid of the anxiety. And I smoke probably 3 or 4 times a week after work.
Yeah.
I've only ever smoked in the morning, like on vacation or whatever, or on the weekend when I watch soccer matches.
How can you watch soccer and not stoned?
Nice, says he smokes when he watches.
Oh, I was going to say, okay, I heard that. I
smoke
was
to
like,
watch soccer.
shit,
Yeah.
you have to. You can't watch soccer sober.
I mean, I can, but it's just way more fun.
Yeah, it's like 70 minutes in, 0-0. And I'm not high. I'm sitting here thinking about why is this game 0-0 still. When you're high, you're like, I don't care. Soccer. When you're not high, you're like, oh man. I don't know. I feel more aggressive when I'm not high.
You feel more aggressive?
If I'm watching football and I'm not high or drunk, I'm just like so angry at people that can't hear me.
So you're screaming at the TV.
I'm yelling at TV. Like, it's the opposite for me because the drunker I get, I'm just like, it's okay. It's okay. You'll get the next one. You're good. Or the more stoned I'm getting, I'm like, I couldn't catch that either. Okay. Or yeah, I would have ran into that guy and fell too. But when I'm just sober, I'm like, you could have gone that way. Why did you not throw far enough? Blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking about it. But
Or I would have missed 3 field goals and an
oh
extra
god,
point.
yeah, I could be at 20 yards out. I'll miss a fucking field goal. I'm not good at kicking a football.
You get released from the Bucks too.
I don't know. I got my gold chain on. I don't know the guy's name, but I know he's got a nice gold chain.
Who was that kicker?
Brandiza. I know he's from. I think he's a rookie from Notre Dame.
He ain't no Grammatica.
No. Feel free to share your milestones with your friends. Feel free to share them with us if you like I mean, you can contact us at smokingtable420@gmail.com or any of our other social networking.
Our Tumblr is thesmokingtable.tumblr.com. Tumblr. It has no E in it.
Are you sure? Because I thought the Tumblr was the smoking table with Dre and Jay.
Oh, yeah. The Smoking Table with Dre and Jay. I gotta change it because it's more than just Dre and Jay now.
Yeah, Twitter's at the smoking table.
And, of course, we're on Facebook, Smoking Table.
Alright, so yeah, we're on iTunes. So check us out there.
We're on the iTunes.
If you have an Apple phone, iPhone, and don't want to install Podbean, you can go
And
to
if you actually
iTunes.
happen to give a shit about WordPress, we're on WordPress as well.
We are there too, yes.
Hanging out, waiting for somebody to come visit.
There's no stoners on
We're
WordPress.
the lonely guy on WordPress.
We're that one people are like, we're going to make this work.
And moving on, we actually have our first, this is our second, isn't it? That's
This
our
is our
second
second
interview channeled by Derek the Jedi.
The first one was a 22-year-old person with a fucking lightsaber
Yeah, the guy who made the lightsaber.
when he was 10.
I missed that guy.
I miss that guy too. He was a cool guy to talk to. Kind of slow.
He's in a galaxy far, far away now.
I thought you were going to say he was in a gang.
I did too. He has a lightsaber. That would be a scary fucking game.
I transported him to Tatooine.
He went to the
He's
dark
scared.
side.
I transported him to Tatooine. He's gone.
Tatooine.
Alright, so take it away, Dre.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Interviews with Dre and Derek the Jedi.
What's up, everybody?
This is our interview segment of the show. Today, Derek the Jedi is going to channel the
Hayden Christensen's.
Hayden Christensen's son, Xavier Christensen.
If he had a son.
If he was a real person.
Yeah.
He's going to become what Hayden Christensen's douchebag son would actually be. So, alright, Derek, use your Jedi powers.
Alright. Xavier, I'm calling to you.
Xavier! Xavier!
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Xavier Christensen.
What? You okay, man?
I'm okay, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. You have any money, man?
Whoa, what do you need money for?
Things, you know.
Are you okay? You're shaking. It's not cold here.
It's pretty cold, man.
Do you need help with something?
My life, man.
Is it hard? Is your life hard right now?
Yeah, my dad sucks, man.
Why does your dad suck?
He hasn't made like a good movie in years. Seriously.
That is true. Your father does suck at making movies.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. Remember old Daddy-O there? I remember when I was a little 5-year-old boy, he was making Revenge of the Sith. Man, he had long hair. He used to come home with long hair every day. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing, man? Just get a haircut. I can't, Xavier.
You made your dad get a haircut?
Yeah.
You ruined your dad's career.
I did.
You did, because after Hayden Christensen cut his hair, he did movies like Taker, Vanishing on 7th Street, Jumper. All those movies were horrible, and it's your fault.
I know, he's gonna ground me after this, man, because I'm releasing all of them.
He's gonna ground you? You still get grounded?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
You're older than your father?
Just kidding, man. I'm like 20.
So, before our interview, you're 8? Are you 8 or 20? Are you... Alright. So, you're 20. And before the interview, you told me that life has been hard for you being a Christensen and your father not getting any roles, and obviously you lacking talent as an actor because you don't exist. So...
I can't get a job worth shit, man. It's been hard. I've been, contacting Hollywood and be like, you don't exist, dude. You can't be in a movie.
Who do you call for Hollywood?
Hollywood. I call Hollywood, but Hollywood.net.
You call a website?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah?
Well, their number's on the website.
Oh, so you go to the website.
Yeah, it's like
By the number.
It's like 916 284 8. It's not a real number.
So you hear that?
I'm not real.
So so we know that your father hasn't been doing much lately, and you've been in the papers lately, the imaginary papers, imaginary press, and not real papers. And they say that you become a drug addict.
Yeah, man. I wish you didn't talk about that, man.
I gotta get into the deep of it, alright?
Okay, well, you want to know what I'm on now?
What are you on?
I'm on heroin right now.
You're on heroin right now?
I'm surprised I can talk.
I am too. You are very, very, very coerced while on heroin. It's amazing.
Well, Kurt Cobain pulled the trigger while he was high. And he's real.
Are you gonna kill yourself? Is life that hard?
Can you cut that out? Like,
Yeah, because you can't kill Kurt Cobain. So, how many blowjobs have you given behind dumpsters?
today?
Yes, today.
25.
25 blowjobs. How much heroin did that buy you? If I did 25 blowjobs, I would need a lot of heroin.
It bought me 25 bags.
25 bags of heroin
Yeah.
for 25 blowjobs.
Yeah, dude. You know, it's like one pop.
So, as part of the interview process here,
Yes, sir.
I have got you a job interview.
Really? With what? Is it in the real world or the imaginary world?
It's in the real world. I don't have
That
context.
pays
in the
actual
imaginary
money.
world.
I
It
can actually
does.
buy shit now. Like, I need that lightsaber.
So, what I was considering is maybe that you take over Derek the Jedi's body and become a human being, and then take his job.
Why would you want to replace him?
Well, because I kind of want to hang out with Hayden Christensen. I want to put a cloak on with your dad.
But I'm not real.
Why can't
My
you
dad
do
won't
that?
know I exist.
Then we surprise him.
Why do you want to get rid of Derek?
I like Derek. I'm not even trying to get rid of Derek. It's okay. I'm gonna try to get rid of Derek.
Fuck. I heard that. I need money.
Who is this, Derek or Xavier?
Xavier?
You need money?
Yeah.
Alright, well, there's a dumpster out back.
I need money because my dad's poor.
Oh,
You
okay.
get it?
I get it.
I...
You need money?
What?
You're gonna give your dad money. Here,
Yes.
I will pay you 25 imaginary dollars.
What did your dad plan on doing?
So, your dad, he's got to have movies coming up. Something. What does he have coming up? Give us a little insider tidbit.
Okay, well, my dad told me he's shooting a movie for 2017. Yeah.
Yeah?
Cars 4.
Cars 3 hasn't even come out yet.
I know. It's coming out in 2016, brah.
What's he going to be in Cars 4? Is he going to be a car? Is your dad going to be a car?
He's gonna be a hover car.
Spoiler alert, Cars 4 is going to have hover cars, and Hayden Christensen is going to be one of them.
He's the first one, though. That's what
Are they keeping Luke
they're
Wilson?
evolving. They're like humans evolving.
So the cars
Like
are
at
gonna
first, they were like carts.
shopping carts? Or like go-karts?
No. Like the fucking...
Oh, horse buggies.
Yeah.
They were horse buggies.
At first, and then, they evolved into cars.
And so now they're going to be hover cars.
Yeah, now they're going to be hover cars. They evolved like humans, like, how we were like monkeys and shit.
So, do you have anything lined up in Imaginary World?
In the imaginary world, yeah, but I'm fucked in this world. In the imaginary world, I'm going to play a bird that saves the day from a nuclear disaster.
I'd watch that movie. I'd have to get imaginary tickets to the imaginary movie theater, though.
You gotta come into my section, dude. You gotta channel Derek into my world. I mean, you have to get Derek to channel you into my world.
Will you hook me up with tickets?
Yeah, dude.
Alright, cool. I'm just come see your show then.
Pinky promise?
Pinky promise, man. Ah. So, I'm going to tell your dad, because I don't know him. I'm going to tell him that you were here,
Okay.
that you want to say hi to him, and that you miss him,
Hey, Dad, miss you.
and you wish that, he would think that you were real.
My dad has I have the money. My dad doesn't, but I'm trying to get him some money.
But your currency doesn't work in this world.
You mad at our world,
Wait, are you gonna take him away from us? Please do.
Yeah, dude.
Please take him to your imaginary world.
You want him gone,
I
dude?
hate Caden Christensen. It was horrible.
Really?
Yeah, he grew up from a douchebag to a douchebag. So yeah, your father's a douchebag.
Don't make me kill you.
Whoa.
That's what he said in Revenge of the...
I know, but that sounded like a hillbilly was about to rape somebody.
Don't make me hurt you.
Alright, well, Xavier, it's been great talking to you.
It's been great talking to you too, Dre.
I'm shaking your hand even though it's not real. We're not on camera.
We're not... Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. Alright, so Derek the Jedi can come back now.
Alright, you want to hear the sound?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, Derek.
Hey, what's up, man?
So that was pretty awesome.
How was he?
He was a douchebag.
He was?
Just like his father.
Oh, damn.
He sucks dicks behind dumpsters.
How many?
A lot. About 24.
A day?
25.
Oh, yeah, a day, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Of course.
You could hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
A little bit.
amazing.
I'm like in this own little room. You know?
Oh, so you go to a little room and then you bring the person out?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I have like an assistant
You have an assistant.
in my little...
You have a Jedi assistant in your mind?
Yeah.
Is it like Yoda? I love
Yeah.
Yoda.
He's there, yeah.
Alright.
But
Well,
he's
that's
not Yoda. His name's like Toyota.
Toyota. I would have said like if I had an assistant and he was a Jedi, I call him Adoy,
Oddway.
which is Yoda backwards. Alright, well this has been Interview with Dre.
And Derek the Jedi.
Check us out next week. Hopefully we'll still be here.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, chicka, 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 boom, boom, chicka, chicka, boom, 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 chicka, 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 boom, boom, chicka, 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 chicka.
That's all that we have for our show today. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope that we gave you a little bit more insight on us, as well as keeping you informed on what's going on in the pro-cannabis world here in Florida. So from Jay
And Dre.
And Derek the Jedi.
And Bob.
This is the Smoking Table. Have a good night, day, whatever it is that you're doing.